Check 1 2. Check check.
Oh,
One,
yeah.
two.
The Costco run, eh?
Check. Costco.
The best time is at the end of the day at closing because they don't rush you out like other places.
Yeah, you were mentioning
Yeah.
that one time.
The only negative being maybe they don't have your ribs or your
Oh, everything's sold
whatever.
out.
Might
They
be a
don't
little
have the
low.
people
Yeah,
giving
restocking.
food out, giving
No
free
samples really
food.
either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I could do without all that just to have way less people inside,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Because,
So today I'm going at the worst time.
Yeah,
The
mid-morning.
worst time, mid-morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can go right away, it's good. The best morning time is not right away, but right when those keeners leave. So like half an hour after opening.
Right.
That's the best time.
So
Then it just gets worse from there.
why are you sitting here doing
Yeah.
this rather than over there?
The co-pilot's still sleeping. So
Oh my God.
And don't go to Costco by yourself. It's a two-person job
Yeah.
every time.
I know.
Two-person job.
You know, I get that job.
Yeah, you're
I'm a
the
solo.
two.
Yeah, exactly.
We could do a whole show on Costco. Costco picks, Costco
God.
cost-saving hacks.
Why do we give them? They
timing
already
to
have
go.
enough.
We could set up in Costco and hand out samples of whatever they want us to hand out and talk about Costco.
Doing the podcast.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
They could park us in some calm corner
Exactly.
back where they sell windshield wipers that nobody buys, somewhere like that. You got stuff for the show? It's the first show of 2025, DDT.
Happy New Year, Duff.
Happy New Year, DDT.
Should we?
Start.
I
the
don't
show.
have anything.
I got some notes.
I never have anything.
I'll have to dig them up.
Everything's in the top of my head.
Yeah.
Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
Duff,
DDT. Happy New Year.
how are you?
I'm all right. You?
Good. Thanks. Happy New Year to
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Did we not just say Happy New Year?
you. You did. Why you said Happy New Year back at you?
You got lots for the show today, DDT?
Oh, it's all in, like I said, in the opening in the top of my head.
I'm going to dig into the notes here. I got some
Yeah.
stuff. You even said it was a busy week on the Hill. I don't know
Oh,
if we're going
boy.
to get into politics, but if we
Yeah.
do, you can take the lead there.
Well, I just, your buddy,
He's not my buddy.
JT,
Not my buddy.
everybody's buddy.
I don't think he has any buddies left. That's why he's finally resigning. Eh? He's ran out of buddies.
He's ran out of buddies, and another one jumped the ship yesterday as well.
Oh, who?
Anita Anand, transport minister.
Oh, right.
She's not seeking the leadership, and she's no longer running in the next election.
Nobody wants to go up against your buddy Mark Carney.
My buddy.
The Carney. He's your buddy, isn't he?
No.
Oh, I thought you went to school with him.
Mark Carney?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay.
That's the
You went to
esteemed
school
mayor.
with everybody else.
The esteemed mayor I went to school.
Yeah, the mayor.
Yeah.
Ian Mendez.
Mendez,
Uh,
James Duthie.
Duthie.
Yeah.
All these future guests you keep talking about.
Tom Green.
Tom Green. Greener.
Greener.
Good times.
Yeah, I did go to school with a lot of famous people.
Yeah, what happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's everyone else, too? Maybe there's other people in there that became famous
Uh,
that you're not even aware of.
yeah.
Maybe we'll crack out your grade 7 class photo someday and have a look at everyone. And
I wonder if
where are they now?
Exactly. I wonder if Mole ever made it to Much Music.
Who's the mole?
Mole.
Mole.
Yeah, so back in
Oh, no, here we go. This is not on the script.
back in
listener.
no, it's not. This
Not
is
on the
off
script.
cuff. Back in the TV broadcasting days,
Yeah.
the good old Algonquin College.
Right on.
In first year, there's a guy named Mole.
Mole.
And this is the pick back from this is, you know, if you're our age, then you would remember Much Music,
Of course.
the channel there.
Much
played all
music
the-
still exists.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like a
Same, eh?
shell of a former
Okay.
of its former self, right?
Yeah.
So Mole told me on like the first week that
Now,
he-
did Mole know Scooter?
No.
Different
different
groups.
different
You rode in different groups
yeah,
there.
different groups.
Okay, Mole.
Mole, he wanted to be a Much Music VJ
Wicked. Who didn't?
at that time, for
Yeah,
sure. For sure.
nice.
But then Mole also told me at the end of the first semester that
Yeah.
he had massively failed
Oh,
first semester. Kind of bragging about it. He was
bragging
saying-
about failing, eh?
Yeah, he's like,
Wow.
yeah, how'd you do? Well, pretty good. How about you? I failed. Yeah, failed pretty much everything.
This was Algonquin College video, audio, whatever.
TV broadcasting.
TV broadcasting.
Yeah, so I wonder, television broadcast. I wonder if
Hmm.
he ever went on to be, because I don't think you needed to have a college degree to get into Much
No,
Music.
probably not. You just
to
probably
be
had to be
on-air
good.
VJ. Yeah,
You had to have a presence,
I don't think he ever made it. though.
almost like a gimmick.
Yeah.
Well, with a
Well,
name,
his-
with a name like the Mole.
Yeah, yeah. He was.
That's a cool VJ moniker, maybe.
It was, yeah, and he sort of had the look.
Okay.
It's kind of like a lumberjacket wearing.
Oh, back then, eh?
Yeah,
Hmm.
you know,
Not a hairband sort of guy like you.
it wasn't a hairband guy like me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he had shorter hair, blonde,
Hmm.
glasses.
That was the VJ look.
Well,
in the 70s.
it was the-
What? When are we talking?
the VJ look was this was 90s,
90s. Okay.
Yeah. early 90s. The
Early
VJ look
90s.
was, you know, the lumberjacket like he had.
Really?
I
The
don't
Sudbury
I
dinner
don't-
jacket.
Sudbury dinner jacket.
Right on.
That's a good one. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that before.
Those were the Chris Shepard days. No, a bit before Chris Shepard. You'll have to Google that up. It's a bit after your time, probably.
Yeah, I will.
Much Music, Chris Shepard.
Well, you remember,
The Electric
Rick-
Circus.
oh yeah, the Electric Circus.
Oh, yeah, well, that was
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. You remember the Rick the Temp?
Yes.
Yeah, Rick
Yeah.
the Temp.
Did you know him as well?
I did not, but a lot of people said I looked. Or
Oh.
he looked like me. I was older.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
Poor
what I was
guy.
told all the time. I know, right?
Probably the downfall of his career.
Yeah. Where is he
So they
today?
started
right?
connecting those. Do you mind if we get back to the script here?
Yeah. Sorry, we went off.
That's
topic.
all good.
What do you have there?
I
Duff?
got 2025, the year of the budget.
nice.
Putting my money where my mouth is for budgeting. Finally doing it. I'm doing
Did
a
we
budget.
ever-
51 years old.
Did
doing
we
a
ever
budget.
talk about the new F-150 studio?
We've talked about it. I mean,
Mhm.
we'll
Yeah, we
bring
have
it
a
in.
little bit.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
it's part of your-
mandatory inclusion within the budget. That's
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah.
Then just had a little question for you and the listener. What does a budget mean to you?
Oh,
Because if there's one thing I've discovered in this adventure, it's that budgets mean very different things to different people.
okay. All right.
Like
Good
for
question.
some, it's just, I don't know, it's a guide.
Yeah.
For some of them, it's more about what they spend in the future, and for some, it's what they've spent in the past,
Right.
and then trying to make sense of it all. For some, it's like a listing of how much you will spend only in certain categories. Like it's a million things to a million people.
You're right.
To me, it's going to be a guideline, and if the goal is to save money, I think budgets are kind of stupid because you should just not spend money. Spend as little money as humanly possible.
Well, exactly.
And I don't know how a budget can actually work against that. Because if you say, well, I have to have X amount of money for entertainment.
Are we getting into this now, or are you gonna
No. I'm just, it's a
You're
good
gonna
question.
keep going through your list?
Those are the 3 budget points. And then I
All right,
thought,
all right.
World Juniors and Coach Cameron. If we want to get
Oh,
fired
we're
up
talking about
anything,
hockey then.
we got to touch on
Hey,
that.
for our Pabinskis.
Now that the 24-hour rule has passed,
You're upset still.
I know we all are, aren't we? It
I'm not.
was a joke of a tournament.
I'm not upset.
Well, you should be. How do you feel
And I
about
don't tell you about the. I got a.
Oh, you're
a
cutting
world.
me off
I've got, sorry, I got a
mid-question.
World
'Kay.
Junior story for the.
We'll save it for that.
All right.
Okay.
Well, maybe I shouldn't tell it.
Well, don't then.
All right.
How do you feel about people who say, call me, when it can all be done in a text or an email?
Ooh.
Are you one of those people? Like, you
No,
want to
but
talk
I
about
know
it?
one.
You know what I mean?
I know one
You
of
know
those.
someone like that.
Yes.
I got someone like that.
However,
And I'm not going to dig real deep into it, but it's like you're trying to set something up. It's super straightforward.
Yeah.
Yes or no questions.
yeah.
It's like, oh, give me a call. Give me a call. Give me a call. I don't want to, like, why? Give me a call.
I'm trying to wonder if that's me. Did I do
It's
that?
definitely not you.
No, it's
You
not
are a
me.
text guru. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no one you would know that I'm talking about.
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm just curious if the listener knows anyone that's like that. And how does it make you feel? You know, you just want to kind of fire off through some stuff. It's often work related.
Pissed.
It's often work related. And it's like, oh, give me a call. Well,
Oh, mine's not work related.
okay.
Yeah,
It's just personal.
it's personal.
I've got a pick. I don't know if we've talked about it before. It's a wicked show, Landman. We talked about
We never
Landman.
talked about that.
We must have.
No,
it
we
is
haven't.
so good, dude. Oh, we haven't.
No,
Okay, then we'll talk about Landman.
I don't remember.
It's
that
probably
at
the
all.
best series I've seen like in years.
Really?
We love it. And it's
Wait
one
a
of the
second. Wasn't like the White Lotus?
this is better than White Lotus.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
different style.
Right.
I'm super looking forward to White Lotus season 3, I believe. Thailand edition. It's coming out in February. The different style of show. I love White Lotus too. Yeah, but Landman is just
Land.
Landman.
Okay.
Lights out. Tommy Lee Jones. Not
Tommy
Tommy
Lee
Lee
Jones.
Jones. Not Tommy Lee Jones. Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob.
Billy
Thornton.
Bob. Why do I get those two mixed up? He is the he
Three
is
three word,
to
three,
character. He's
Three word
yeah,
names.
he
right?
is to character on this show.
Three
It is
names.
unreal. Yeah, we can talk more about that later.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
He was great in Bad Santa. eh?
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we could bring it down again with the exchange rate,
Oh
if you want to get into that
God.
and how much it's costing you.
We talked about that yesterday at our
We did.
pre-coffee,
Ad
pre-podcast
nauseum,
coffee.
ad nauseum. So I thought, why not
Yeah.
keep that one going?
Yeah.
The outdoor ice skating season is well underway here in the nation's
In
capital.
Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Unreal.
All you Podbeanskis,
Oh.
you should come try
Make
the
a trip.
Rideau Canal.
Bring us your foreign money. It's
Bring
worth
us-
millions
it's
to
worth
us.
more, especially if you're in the European
Yeah,
Union.
the northern peso is starting to
tank.
come to fruition.
Exactly. Might as well
Uh,
just join Mexico.
And I thought I could talk about the trip to the spa
What about-
yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That you and our good friend JB bought my wife for her 50th birthday
Correct.
last November. Not this past November, but the
Right.
one before that.
Right.
So we've been sitting on this generous gift
Over
for
a year.
over a year.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say we, because really
She.
it wasn't for me, it was for her. But she chose to take me,
That's nice.
which was nice.
Yeah.
And it covered half of the entrance fee.
Well, yeah, because
It was just for
Just
her.
for her.
Yeah. So then, yeah, wonderful spot. We could maybe give that place a shout out if you like.
that's your altruistic. No.
We can't do it for that.
No.
Because the like when I do think about the local altruistic business recommendation,
Yeah.
you really want to help out a local business that could use the cash. Is kind of how I look at that.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Dude, this place had
Packed
parking for 1,000, right?
Yeah. Is that
And-
Nordic?
Yeah, let's just get the cat out of the bag. Le Nordic Spa
Yeah,
in
okay.
Chelsea, Quebec.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a short drive over the border.
Sure.
1,000. There had to be 1,000 like people there. Like,
Really?
oh, it's
Grown
unreal.
and huge.
Well designed though, and they have limited admissions, so we could not get in during the day. So we had to kind of book our time online for 4:30,
Ah.
right? So,
What time they close?
well, you figure out. Oh, they close at like 11 or something. They go
God.
all night.
Oh wow.
And me, I'm good for 2 hours. Like I can't I would dissolve beyond that in these pools. And
Oh,
whatnot.
yeah.
Like 2 hours is
Yeah.
enough, man. I don't know how people spend all day there. It's
God, I
wonderful,
don't know.
but anyways. In terms of the cost, yeah, it's
Yeah.
$100 each, roughly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to start,
Yeah.
and added whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get in all day. Okay, so I don't know what the capacity is, but we're sitting there. We're in an event, whatever. They have these like sauna displays, super cool, and the pools, whatever.
Yeah.
You look around, you're like, every person you see here has dropped $100 minimum.
Yeah.
And then people are, you could get the drinks, you could
Yeah.
have food, you could do massages.
Facials.
Yeah, $100 though.
Yeah.
Right, $100. So you're
Yeah.
looking around, you're in the sauna.
No, those
They're-
cost extra, do they not?
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
the sauna or whatever.
Oh no, not that, but like.
But I'm
massage and
thinking
stuff.
the one in particular was probably one of the busier things we were in, but it was really cool, right? Really good show. But there might be 40 people in there.
Right.
40 people, dude, at $100.
Yep.
Even you can do that math.
Yeah.
Okay? Just right there. And then you step outside and there's people.
40,000.
Yeah, something like that, eh? No, 4,000. But 4,000 right there.
Yeah.
And then you look in that pool. There's 5,000. There's 8,000. There's,
Yeah, they're raking in the bucks.
and that's just for that little segment of time.
Well,
Like,
I would suggest to
they got to be pulling in 100,000 a day, is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
To our American listeners,
Yeah.
listener, and our Probinski listener,
Mm-hmm.
that if you want a nice,
And our local listener probably have 3.
hang on,
Ooh. Did the listener catch that? Oh,
excuse me.
get it together, DDT.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want a nice little vacation now that our dollar is
Yeah. The
really
northern
yeah,
peso.
the northern peso, that
Yeah.
you come to Ottawa during the
Yeah.
winter. This winter, we got good canal conditions, the
If
longest
you
skating rink in the world, and you could go to Nordic Spa,
gosh, you could come here.
add
Giving
money
me
to
your
the
cough.
economy.
Come here with your euro, let's say,
Yeah.
which is almost double
It's
probably
like
by now.
At least 150, 160.
yeah.
It was 150 in the summer.
Possibly soon to be double.
Yeah.
Imagine the good time you could have. It'd
Oh
be
my
like us
God.
going to Mexico or Costa Rica or Thailand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's going to
Yeah.
make us only be able to go to places like that. How are we going to be able to go back to Europe this summer
can't.
if things keep trending the way
can't.
they are?
I can't.
No way.
No, it's not happening.
At least you opened up your US dollar account.
I did.
I was very proud of you for that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you put a little bit of
Yeah,
Canadian in there, and
I've actually made money.
it magically became American. No kidding, you did.
No, but I mean,
As
like,
it keeps falling, yeah.
no, but in the account, I've actually made money.
Yeah, because
It's
it's US dollars.
No, it's a high interest savings account.
Oh, you're making money. Oh, it's savings as
Yeah,
well.
so I made $1 something.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even cover the coffee I just bought you.
No, but
Hmm.
I'm happy with that.
But it's US dollars, like straight up.
US dollar.
So when you get a
Yeah.
bill for tuition or something,
Yeah.
boom.
That's
you
what
don't
I.
have
Oh,
to-
I got to pay that this week
Okay.
because she goes back next week,
That is the
19th.
that is the longest Christmas break
Yeah,
I've
it's
ever heard
long.
of.
Yeah. Well, she was able to get out of her exam,
That's,
writing her exam during exam week,
yeah.
and then off a week early. So that's why
Mm.
it's been a little longer for her.
That's too much though.
It is.
And you're on a varsity sports team. I can't believe they let them away with that too.
Well, the other sports teams are already playing. I think it's just the
Well, yeah, they
women's
should-
hockey.
But even if they're not playing, they should be on campus practicing.
they should.
You know,
They should.
team building, as they say, doing
Yes,
something.
Exactly.
When's the season start back up then?
It's like right after she gets back. I
Okay.
think the following week.
Okay, we never made it down to a game yet, eh?
No, they only have a few left.
And then it's playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
going for the championship again.
No,
Hopefully,
they're not gonna make it.
you don't think so, eh?
No.
You never know.
Well, you never know, I guess.
You'll never make it with that attitude, I guess, eh?
Well, I won't.
Yeah.
About the team, but the team seems to have the same attitude.
Oh, okay, well, that's not good. Well, there's always next year.
There's always her final year. Maybe it'll be a good senior year for her at U.S. college.
God. Or maybe
So that's the
hopefully
exchange
she doesn't
rate,
have
right?
to fight for her job. That's the exchange part.
Yeah, we'll get on
we
to
jumped
the
away. We could have just knocked that off right away.
We did.
Yeah. So
we
back
went
to
from
budgeting then.
Well, Nordic.
Uh,
Nordic Spa.
we kind of
Should we wrap that up?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
just say, yeah,
It's
great,
fun.
great spot.
Yeah.
It was a lovely gift.
I'll
again,
tell you
by
a
the
little
way.
story about my spa experience.
Yeah, okay. Well, I would just wrap mine up and say it was really, really good. I mean, it's not cheap. It's not quiet if you go at a busy time. I think
Yeah.
the next time I'd like to go, possibly, midday or morning even,
Yeah.
week time, whether it's in the summer
Right,
or,
right.
take a mental health day or something and go then. Then I bet you it's really nice.
Yeah. Did you do the pools?
Did everything.
So the outdoor pools?
It's all outdoor pools.
Yeah, the hot, the cold?
You know what? We didn't do a cold one.
Okay.
I didn't see. It was cold enough, right?
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't, it was surprisingly more mild than I thought. It was only
Yeah,
-5 or something yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So they encourage you to use the cold pools, to get your body temperature back to normal if you've been in a sauna or in a hot tub for like 20 minutes. But the second you get out and you walk around outside and it's -5, that's going to cool you down too. So we didn't really do that.
Right.
Nobody really was, really. Like, of
I
all the
don't
people
blame
there,
'em.
very few people were in the cold pools.
So when we went,
Yeah.
we went on our anniversary a few years ago.
What time of year did you go?
That's late October. So it's
Okay.
around, I would say it's around 25th to 30th of October.
So probably +5, maybe, not
It's
-5.
it's still not.
It's not hot, but it's not below 0.
So anyway, we go, right, and you, like I just mentioned about the warm and
Mm-hmm.
hot, like pools or whatever.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
logging back into making sure everything's good. They encourage you. You're supposed to go do the hot, and then get into the cold.
The full thermal experience, they call it.
So, I almost got kicked out of the whole
Well,
spa.
because of the yellow Speedo.
That-
It's not Europe. It's Quebec, but it's not
Close
Europe.
enough.
It's not Europe.
I'm surprised they didn't want that.
It's not Europe. Yeah.
So anyway, that was the first.
It's not Sicily.
The second was me screaming like a, going into the cold pool.
You were screaming. Why not just not go in, dude?
Well, you had to try it,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So I get out of the hot,
Yeah.
I go over to the cold. It's freezing. I mean, it's like I said, it's 5
Sure.
degrees. It's already cold enough.
Yeah.
And it is freezing. I'm like, oh, like I'm just like, oh.
Wow.
And I-
Yeah, people probably don't like to hear that.
no, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so they come out.
Who
and
are you
they're like-
with?
my wife.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
our anniversary.
Okay.
They come out. They come out, and they're like,
Well, you can never assume with you.
"What? Really?" Like they come out and they're
Yeah.
like, Shh, "No, you're not supposed to be yelling." And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh.
Well, we
All
learned
right,
there are
thanks.
3 distinct areas. I think they got stricter with this since the last time we were there.
Maybe since I was there.
There's a social area where you're allowed to talk.
Oh, okay.
Normal voices. There's a whisper area,
Oh.
and there's a silent area, like no talking. And when we were in the silent area, they had a young lady walking around, like
Policing it?
enforcing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
the second anyone said anything, she was like right on them,
What-
which defeated the purpose
Yeah.
because then she'd be talking.
Exactly,
too.
I was just gonna say,
but
yeah.
still, it was.
she
it
just
was-
needs to put her finger.
Yeah, yeah.
Give some. You need to
As if
learn
the listener
American
can
Sign
see us
Language.
doing this,
Exactly. We just put our finger to
Yeah.
our mouth as in.
Yeah.
Shh.
Now, did you do any extra services? when
Yes,
you
we
were there?
did. We got some facials.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
That can't be cheap.
I don't remember the
You
cost
added
of
to
it.
the bill, though, eh? Well,
Yeah.
you're more extravagant.
Well,
than
it was an
us.
anniversary, so we also
Well, ours
had
was
some.
an anniversary, but we weren't.
Oh, that's true.
We
yes.
weren't money.
Happy anniversary,
we weren't
by the
money.
way.
Thanks again. We weren't money doesn't mattering it, like you, I guess.
Back then,
Back then, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a few years ago.
yeah.
But now it matters again.
No, it still doesn't matter. Because, even though we do the budget, it doesn't matter.
Great
Budgets don't
transition.
matter.
Great transition.
Yeah.
Let's
you.
talk
Thank you.
budgeting. I was
Budgets don't matter.
I was very impressed with your budget yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
Ridiculous though, over the top. You had a line.
had some
you
time.
had you looked like KPMG yesterday
Thanks.
on your cell phone.
Yeah.
This budget would have made my very own wife probably drool.
Blush.
Yeah, you had everything, and then I was like, that it became unfun almost at that point.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like it's kind of meant to be, maybe fun's not the right word, but purposeful
Yes.
and a challenge and something to
Yes.
benefit from eventually. But yours was just like, where's the fun in that? You had
Well,
everything.
Yes, I had every single
Yeah,
purchase we made last
everything.
year.
Amazing. So that's the
I had some
history
time at
part.
work, let me say.
Yeah, that's cool though. Like I can't get to that point. For me, it's more about the future. Like my true budget.
I had some time before your buddy resigned.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you had everything there from the past that I guess is making you proactive decisions moving forward. Me,
I hope so.
I want to get my credit card statement from January.
Right.
And I'll be, I don't want to say shocked, but I'll be like, I'm super hopeful it's next to nothing. Because really, I am done spending. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done
So that's your
arbitrarily
New Year's
spending.
resolution.
So to me, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's realistic, but I'm looking at $400 as my magic number to play with. Now, sadly, that has to include gas for the F-150
well, there you
2.0
go.
Studio,
Yeah.
which on
You're not gonna have
which
any
on a
money.
bad month could be that right there, right?
Especially if the price of gas keeps going up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm thinking every payday I put $100 of gas in the truck, no matter where it sits. You know,
That's a
wait
good
till
idea,
head
actually.
out at 10
Yeah.
o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and that'll force
Oh.
me to drive less. And
The only problem with that is when it's
Yeah.
minus 20.
yeah,
You know.
you know what though? It is ridiculous in this city. I'd love to know if other places in the world have fluctuating gas on a daily basis like us.
It's a good almost 20 cents.
It's 20 cents.
Yeah. 15.
Sometimes
15,
I
20
wonder,
cents.
what if you go at 3 a.m? Is it $1.20? Like,
That's a good question.
like, oh my
Never
God.
tried that.
Yeah.
Huh?
When you wake up in the morning in our neighborhood of suburban Ottawa, Ontario, Canada,
Yeah.
this morning I think it was $1.55
Yeah.
to $1.57, whatever.
Yeah.
By afternoon, it's often 149, 148,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And this is when we end up texting each other randomly at night.
Yeah.
The gas is $1.38
Yep.
or $1,
Yeah.
like $1.30 something.
Yeah.
So it's 20 cents less
Yeah.
at 9 at night compared to 9
Exactly.
in the morning.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any
I
sense.
often wait as well to go
Yeah.
at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday night. Is it Tuesday? I believe it's Tuesday night
Mm.
or Thursday. One of those two nights
Yeah.
is the real cheapest for some reason.
Early
It's
in the week?
Tuesday. Yeah. I think it's Tuesday.
See, I bet you
If
there's
you
a
go
little-
at night,
Yeah.
like 9:30,
Yeah.
Tuesday night, you sometimes I paid $1.35
Yeah.
per liter.
That's my plan too. And you know what? The whole Costco gas, I'm done.
Well, who wants to wait in line for?
But
an
I don't
hour?
get it. I like their consistency.
Yeah.
I think if you need gas at 9 in the morning, it's the place to go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But their price probably doesn't beat the 9 o'clock at night price at a regular station. I'm
No.
guessing, right?
I don't.
Like, there's
Yeah,
no
I'm-
way it's $1.35 all the time.
No, I don't. I,
I
can't.
bet you it's probably in the middle. I bet you Costco gas rate. Now, again, back to Costco. What the hell is going on?
I know today's the Costco show,
Good
but I'm
Lord.
wondering if the natives, for example,
Yeah,
buy their gas from Costco.
the First Nations.
First Nations, the indigenous.
No, they don't.
Because-
they buy right from wholesale, man.
Yeah, because on the way to
Yeah.
Sudbury,
Yeah. Oh, there's
Uh,
some good gas up there.
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
they call it native gas.
Yeah, is that the you can
There's
get your
Jocko Point.
you can get your fish sandwich there, your walleye sandwiches?
That I'm not sure, but
Oh,
we got
yeah.
a nice moose meat pie.
I think I know the place you mean.
Yeah, it's right outside of Sturgeon Falls, between
Yeah,
North
I know
Bay.
it.
Yeah,
Great spot.
North Bay and Sturgeon Falls.
Yeah,
And it's like it's always in the 130s.
130s. When it's 140, 150 elsewhere.
It's got to be about 10 to 15 cents below what.
Mhm.
Like Sudbury Sudbury is more expensive in general.
Sure it is.
At least 10 cents more
Yeah.
in Sudbury than it is here.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning in Sudbury, it's probably 160.
160. If it's 155 here, it'll be 165 in Sudbury.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Keep voting Liberal in Sudbury,
But
folks.
yeah, Mr. Surrey. But
Yeah.
the Jocko Point Gen
Yeah.
7 gas.
Yeah.
It's got to be about 15 cents below that.
Nice.
I mean, below here.
And if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
they fill it up for you.
No, they don't.
Oh.
It is self-serve.
Oh, I remember a place where they do it for you.
It's possible. But there's this place always has a lineup.
Okay.
But they've built a little nice thing there.
Nice
they've
little
got
business around it. Yeah.
They've got the little convenience store where they sell
Yeah.
indigenous gifts and moose meat
Yeah.
pies. They've got little
Tobacco products.
tobacco products. They've
Yeah.
got the dog walk at the back
Ah, a Winston walk.
where you can
Walk
you can
your
have 'em
dog.
go busy, and then they got a little chip stand or whatever, something
Yeah.
like that. It's really
Oh, and I'm pretty sure you can get the walleye sandwiches.
you probably can. I just
You've
never
Clearly never had a walleye sandwich.
I have not.
That's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
So back to budgeting.
Yeah. So you're
yeah.
This came about because of the new F-150 studio.
This came about because I have been budgetless my entire life. 100% willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Just no direction whatsoever.
Let's take a poll, shall we?
Yeah, we should.
How many people
have a budget?
have a budget?
Yeah.
And then we'll get on to your things that you said.
And then what's a budget mean, though? Because it's
Exactly.
different for
Yeah.
everybody, right?
All right.
Yeah, so no, the short version of a very long story is the
Tony
F-150 studio died,
Yeah.
and you don't realize how badly you need a vehicle. I was bumming rides everywhere. That was a tough month, man. December was a tough month. My routine was shot. I never knew how I was getting to or from work every day. It was not fun. And my
Take the bus.
my daughter was home for her work term, and between her and my wife, like the CRV is booked every day.
Yeah.
What a change. Now that she's back at school,
Yeah.
like the CRV's sitting there 3 days a week.
Right.
Like it's anyways.
Yeah.
Side story there. But yeah, so new trucks aren't often.
Well, here's the thing too, right?
Yeah.
Like just as a little another side,
Yeah.
you had just paid off the original F-150.
The
studio.
F-150 was paid off for a couple of months.
Yeah, that's the really
That's the
crappy
kick in the
thing.
butt.
Yeah.
So that's what's frustrating me though with the budgeting, right?
Yeah.
But like I told you yesterday, I think it's kind of meant to be. I think it forced me to be just more financially responsible.
There you go. That's
Like
good.
when you have zero payments for anything,
Yeah.
like I wasn't even properly investing that money. Or
Now
anything.
let's give
Yeah.
one line item from your budget.
Sure.
That you told me about yesterday
Yeah.
in our
What's that?
pre-podcast coffee.
Yeah.
You're dining out.
Yes. So that's the
that
biggest
you didn't
hit.
realize. Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
biggest hit.
Yeah.
I like my dining out. Totally altruistic business recommendation, the brew table.
The brew table. Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys know
I don't
this.
think they need that though.
Well, no, they don't. Well,
Yeah, they
every
don't.
small business probably does a bit. But anyways, yeah. We were going out once a week, every week.
Yeah.
We went out once a week, and it wasn't a big
But
deal.
it wasn't only going out once a week. It was ordering in.
Well, I'm just
Okay.
one step
I'll
at a
let you
time
get it.
here. We went out once a week, and the cost was somewhat shared. And I know my wife was more resistant to that than me, but she was the one with the car payment, I guess, and I wasn't. Right.
Right.
So
No, but this was even before.
oh, way before too.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? It was we always justified. That was our only thing. We didn't really blow. We don't drink a lot. We don't smoke. We don't gamble. Like, anyways. You can justify anything. I guess that's the first sign maybe you have a problem, right? It's when you're. So my problem was just not properly saving my money. So yeah,
I'm glad you had the therapy.
the line. Now it was just the
Congratulations.
December. Most people's December credit card statements are probably the craziest, right?
Sure.
But I was spending on that statement anyways close to $600 on restaurants. That was the line. 600.
Wow.
600 in 1 month.
Wow.
Okay. Break that down any way you want. Basically $150 a week.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about, there were a couple extra takeout. And I mean, I don't think it's normally that high, but you could say $450 a month, let's say, which
Right.
is enough.
It's still high.
So there I am, frustrated that I have car payments again.
Yeah.
And that simple act of choosing not to constantly be going to restaurants, that's a car payment and a half right there.
Yeah.
So the good news is it grounded me enough to realize it's not the end of the world to have
Yeah.
car payments again. Most people probably do.
Yeah.
And as long as I don't go willy-nilly with my spending on food and
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
right, I should be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a line. I don't know.
So let's take this then.
Yeah, you direct me on this.
What? So now that you've
it's overwhelming. To be
yeah.
honest.
So now that
Yeah.
you've done your first ever in your
Yeah.
lifetime budget,
Yeah.
what does it mean to you?
Okay. So what it means to me, the first step for me was determining all the
Well,
things.
the first step. I'm glad that
Yeah.
the first step was actually getting around to doing a budget.
Yes.
That's the first.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. Than
It's
anything.
the hardest part, and
Right?
it's informative. It teaches
Okay.
you a few things.
Exactly.
The first of which was just, I could, if I stop spending anything right now, nothing.
Yeah.
There are actually things that are already set up to be paid for.
Right.
The monthly automatic crap,
Yes.
I'll call it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was an eye opener because I am paying for the family Netflix,
Right.
the family Apple subscription,
Right.
my stupid cell phone, which I'm ready to
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
I got to get that. That is the biggest thing that drives me nuts
Yeah.
is my cell phone.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a time waster.
Well,
It's
I seem to be on it
expensive.
a lot.
I'm on it a lot, and I don't want to be. I've been good the last couple months or so. Like, I don't touch that thing after dinner. Like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I get home, I throw it on my charger, and that's
I've
it.
noticed that the texting at night.
Not from me, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause it
yeah, from
doesn't
you,
happen.
from you and JB.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
this last week was unusually quiet.
He seems
From
busy.
you guys.
He alluded to a stressful week and
He
how he
did,
slept in till whatever yesterday.
Yeah.
Feel kind of bad for the guy. Anyways,
Lots of-
whole
yeah.
other stories there. But yeah, so monthly predetermined expenses,
Yeah.
couple things like that. And my wife also has a couple. It's kind of even, to be honest,
Okay.
because we talk about stupid subscriptions and that,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think she's got, house phone, a couple other things like
House phone?
Amazon Prime or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a house landline anymore, but we have a house cell phone, which is kind of
Oh.
neat thing. We got we
That's
did this a
interesting.
while ago. I guess I didn't tell you. We finally got rid of our landline,
Yeah.
but we kept the number and we transferred it to a cell phone that we use for the family.
Okay.
So all our relatives and parents that still call that
Will call
number
that
can
number.
call that number, and it's
Gotcha.
it's neat as well in that it has Canada, USA, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, texting, data, everything. So if I do pop down to the
Yeah,
USA,
there
I
you
can
go.
bring that phone and not worry about the Airlo eSIMs and all that crap too.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
All
there's
right.
there's $12 a
Interesting.
day for, well, not with the AirSIM, but if you pay data to go to
Yeah,
the
it's-
States, it's at least $12 a day.
Exactly.
Anyway, so cell phone, you add all this stuff up, and we both obviously contribute to joint expenses like food, the Costco runs, whatever. So at the end of the day, I want to save as much money as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and I am limiting myself to spending $400 after all
Everything else.
yeah.
Does that include eating out, dining out?
No, it does not
okay.
include dining
So
out.
you have a line item in the budget, dining out.
No, sorry. There is
Oh.
no. That is the most obvious thing that we are targeting
Right.
to minimize.
Right.
Okay. And
So
even,
do you? So you did a budget,
Yeah.
and then did you put in like, okay, dining out will be $400 a month,
No.
and then you've got to keep
No.
track of that.
This is how I'm saying no.
So this brings up
This is an extreme
how
budget.
people do budgets, right?
Yeah.
Some people will do a budget and
Yeah.
say, okay, I'm putting in $500 a month for dining out,
Hmm.
and I have to track that.
But
and
see,
I can't go over
you're right.
$500 a month. Some people, that's what
You're
some
right.
people will do.
But I am being drastic on this because I
Right.
want to see what I can do. It's
Right.
a work in progress.
So you're like 0 for dining out.
0 for dining out.
Okay.
0
All
until we see if it's doable, and then eventually we'll start to maybe be more realistic.
So no more trips to the brew table.
Last night's brew table trip was for our anniversary, right? We had gift cards.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it actually fit well, okay? But we are not going to the brew table every Thursday.
Okay.
And dropping
All
$100
right.
bucks. No.
All right.
But once again, it was neat to see no tax on that bill last night.
Yes,
Like it is.
correct.
That's significant. I don't know what
It
a
has been
stupid move by the
significant.
government. Stupid move by the government.
For restaurants.
Well, just for not collecting that tax for a month. That's got to be millions.
Well, I
Right,
mean,
like-
how do you look at it? You
I
look
don't
at
know.
it stupid for the government or good for the business? or for the
I think
people
it's
that
stupid
go out
for
to
the
these
government.
places.
It's great for the consumer, and for us last night, we kind of almost shared that benefit by tipping extra well. So
Yeah,
our
so
server was pretty happy to get like a crazy tip.
I
But
think in the end,
yeah,
what I heard about that repeal was that basically it did help the food, like the restaurant
I think it will for sure.
industry,
Yeah,
the hospitality.
yeah. But even like Tim Hortons, these coffees are $1.80.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I
125
wonder how
at
much tax.
125 in McDonald's.
Well, whatever. But I wonder how much coffee is sold in this country.
Lots.
And when you multiply that on a daily basis, like if the tax is what, 20 cents every coffee,
Yeah.
just to make the math easy, do we sell 1 million coffees like in a morning in Canada? Like,
Yeah.
so 20%
You know
of
what?
that,
I might have to
$200,000 in revenue, like gone.
now that I can save a few cents on
Yeah.
my coffee. I might have
Yeah.
to upgrade to Starbucks.
Yeah, there goes the budget right there.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
thank God
still
I'm not,
$3.
like, don't you thank God that you're not like one of these people that needs Starbucks
I
every day?
think that's my
or
brother.
$8 here,
My brother is like
Man,
that,
no,
drinking
this again
$3
is
coffees at Starbucks.
it's 3.
Well, if you just get a regular,
It's got to be
what
more
is
than
it, like
3, isn't it? Americano, just a
grande
plain old
or
Americano.
they call it
Yeah.
a grande.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's a
guess.
medium.
I don't even remember the terms. But no, back to my budgeting. I mean, is it after all my predetermined expenses are taken care of?
My brother's got to have his
Okay.
tree bark latte at Starbucks.
You want to just keep talking about your brother, or you want to hear my budget?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
After I contribute to our joint expenses, okay,
Yeah.
and I don't mind sharing this. I guess like we put $1,000 each into this to the joint expenses every pay.
Right.
Okay, even that blows my mind because if you consider
Every day?
every pay,
Oh, I thought you said every day.
so 1,000
Yeah.
twice for me a month, 2,000 twice for my wife, like. I can't imagine we would have more than $4,000 of expenses in a month. Like, doesn't that
You'd be
just seem
surprised.
stupid?
You'd
Well,
be
this is what
surprised.
the budget helped with. Okay?
Yeah.
But what that covers is the big stuff like taxes or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So our like we get a $4,000 property tax bill, whatever. I don't even know if it's once a year, twice a year, whatever it is.
It's 10 months.
Every 10 months.
No, you pay once a month for 10 months.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we don't pay it once a month though.
Or do you guys
we do
you
a lump
guys-
sum. I
You
think.
could do in a lump sum.
Yeah, so I guess it's once a year is that price.
Yeah.
But anyway, so rather than have to come up with that all at once, I mean, I think our contributions kind of even out over the whole year. And if we're lucky, it covers a lot of the kids' college stuff too. So it's a good amount, I find.
Okay.
I used to think it was a lot, but now it's...
So what does this budget mean to you then?
That what it means is it is forcing me to spend less.
Okay.
Because, again, back to the F-150, that's the next biggest thing now.
Right.
So $360 a pay, man.
Wow.
So, and then the phone, the Amazon, all that crap. Once all that's gone, I am asking myself to spend $400 or less a month, including gas.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know in February if it's been attainable or realistic.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that
Yeah.
conversation.
And if I can, again, the whole point is to save money. So I should be able to save a lot of money every month. Okay.
So
Pay off the studio way quicker than expected, which I'm hoping because I want to get back to that feeling of no car payments as soon as possible, which ain't going to be overnight, but I think it can be a lot quicker than, 5 or 6 years.
yeah, I think you mentioned you're hoping in 3 years.
3 years. 3 years.
I don't have a car payment.
Oh, that's one of the best things you guys have going. Yeah.
Wow.
Car payments, man,
As you-
after your house is the worst.
As you mentioned, I
Yeah.
had a little bit of time on my hands before your
Yeah.
buddy JT threw in the towel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sort of threw in the towel because he's still prime minister, right?
Reluctantly threw in the
Yeah,
towel.
reluctantly threw it
Yeah.
in. But he's still in there
Yeah.
until at least March. Looks like March 9th is when they're going to elect a new leader.
March 9th.
Yeah.
April 1st is when they should elect
Yeah,
their new leader.
April Fools. where was I going with this? Oh yeah,
Just your budgeting.
yeah. So
Your
I had
crazy detailed budget.
some time over the break
Yeah.
to do that. There wasn't too much news going on in
Yeah,
federal
yeah.
politics, so I actually sat and broke down. I went through every single expense
That's wild. Yeah.
on our credit cards and in our bank account,
Wow.
and itemized those per month for 2024.
Oh, good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Because it's hard over the year, I found,
Yeah.
to really track where your spending is.
Yeah.
Unless you do that monthly, which I think I'm going to be keeping up now.
It's
on
very,
a
it's a
basis.
slippery slope.
Yeah. So you could see where you went and did your spending.
You know
for
how
example.
I bought the coffees today?
How's that?
Cash.
Nice.
I have my little cash fund. That's it. I am done using my credit card too.
There you go.
400.
You know how I bought them yesterday?
400 or less.
Yeah.
Points.
No.
Money from the car.
No.
Change.
I wish. Usually we have actually
Yeah, I
quite a
know.
bit in there. Yeah.
Cost saving
Somehow.
hack, folks.
Yeah, look in your
Dig up
car.
the quarters and
Exactly.
loonies that probably exist in different places of your vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got a whole bag of
Yeah,
them in the.
yeah. You
in
might be able
one
to
of the
get
cars.
2-3 coffees out of
Yeah,
that.
true. So no, I paid on my credit card.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was like 3 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so you're looking at.
Yeah.
I think I have the budget.
Oh
right
my
here.
God, you're gonna pull the budget
I
up
think I've got it already right up
for
here. Yes, I
real
do.
time analysis.
Real
Look
time.
at that. It's sitting right there.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we got.
Now, what is that adult superstore? What's that one?
You're not
Is
supposed
that-
to see that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta hide that cell.
I gotta hide that. Yeah.
Hide
exactly.
the row. Oh, that's a lot by the end. That's something you guys could probably cut out.
God, yeah. I never noticed how much that was
AFS.
until like.
Is that what
until-
AFS is? The Adult Fund Superstore? Yeah.
Could be. Eh?
No, it is.
Is it?
I'm sure it is.
Where's AFS?
Well, look, you go on to describe the actual items you've purchased. Yeah, I don't think we
Well,
need
it
to say
comes in-
that on air.
Well, I had one called Store. I don't
Where
know
the
what that is.
customer. Oh, yeah, no.
I'll tell you how much we spent per month in food.
Okay, yeah.
Just as an
Skip the
example.
AFS.
Yeah, skip that one. $117.
A month on food.
No, in dining out.
Oh, dining out.
Yeah.
Total. The
Total.
two of you. Yeah.
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 That was the
We've
average.
well, see
That was
again.
some months with more. Of
not
course.
to defend my poor financial choices, but
Yeah.
I specifically remember taking the entire family to the brew table. Again, December, pre-Christmas, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
I've got one here. I've got
But-
one here at our famous diner, Scotty's,
Yeah.
for. It probably should be in February,
Well,
actually. and
Scotty's was a killer, right?
I had one here for $155.97. 150. That should be in.
What? That's a sum. That's a total of multiple visits.
That should no. That was we went for Valentine's dinner at Scotty's.
Oh my God, $155 at Scotty's?
Yeah, 3 of us.
Right.
Remember
right,
we took
right.
it was my wife and I and
Yeah.
our son. We went.
And somebody didn't like the dry Western sandwich.
We didn't have that for Valentine's. We had steak. And
Okay.
That was a breakfast one
yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back
so,
to I remember a bill at the brew table, man. That was
Yeah.
like $140 because
Yeah.
there was 4 of us and we spared no expense.
Yeah.
The problem is if you get an appetizer or 2, 4 meals, and any sort of alcohol, like you're not saving money. Like
No.
it's stupid.
So yeah, it was on average we spent about 100 and
Okay.
let's say 120 a month
Okay,
in dining out.
that's really good compared to us. Like ours is through the roof.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm looking at it as a fun challenge. Like, so to the nuts and bolts then, if you may. This is what I was trying to tell you yesterday. To make a budget effectively, you got to keep going back to the step where you need to start at. And for us, it wasn't as easy as you'd think. Like, you think, well, we're not going to eat out. Okay, well, we're going to eat in, right? We're just going to buy food for the week and blah, blah, blah. No. You got to start off by asking yourself, what do you like to eat? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So step 1 was we created a list of about 15 to 20 meals that we actually like. Everything's on there, you know?
Well,
Everything from the short ribs to pork ribs
Yeah.
to cheese, like grilled cheese and soup, right? All these different meals.
yeah.
So then when you sit down to make your grocery order, you can ask yourself, well, what do I want to eat this week? So this is what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was, you're glancing through all this. We haven't had ribs for a while, right? We haven't had ribs since last week. So what are we going to have with ribs, right? So ribs is a meal. We made some great meatballs recently, and meatballs goes with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Meatballs and rice, man.
Yeah.
So simple, so nice. Little
Yeah.
salad on the side.
Yeah.
So anyways, you pick your 5 to 7 meals for the week, right?
Yeah.
So that's a crucial step, but you can't do that until you have a bunch of meals kind of in your head already.
Yeah.
So I've got, and I'm leaving the one day off still, right? Because maybe we
Have
get
some
some takeout or
leftovers.
do left,
Right.
whatever. So I think I've got the 6 meals ready to go starting tonight.
Nice.
And then you say, well, what do we need for those meals? And some of them, you check the freezer first. So we're having chicken stir fry one night, but we're not buying chicken today.
'Cause you're
We've
had
still
it in
got
there.
freaking frozen chicken.
Yeah.
So eat what you
You
have.
forget, right?
Right. Eat
Yeah.
what you have before you go buying new stuff. So then we make our Costco list. It has to have everything on it we need for these 6 meals, and we know exactly what we're having each night. If you go into the week thinking, we'll figure it out later, you're doomed.
You are, yeah.
You will get to Wednesday and think, what are we having?
Yeah.
Be frustrated because it's not
Yeah.
all there ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
Potentially end up
That's
going
when you
somewhere.
eat out. Or
Well,
order
2
in.
things.
Yeah.
You either let's go eat out,
Yeah.
boom, budget shot,
Yeah.
or I'm going to just run over to Superstore to get one thing,
Yes.
and
yeah.
you come back with 8 things,
Yeah.
right?
True.
And half of those things you don't even end up using.
Exactly.
So anyways, that's the plan. It's a 3-step thing.
Okay.
Get your overall, get your grand collection of meals somewhere.
Yeah.
On the weekend, what do we want this week? What are we going to get at one place? Doesn't have to be the big C.
Yeah.
Okay, it can be Costco. It can be your favorite grocery store.
Yeah.
You might even want to go to a low cost store like a No Frills, like a Fresh Go,
Basics.
Food Basics, and
Yeah.
get everything there. Probably save a ton of money that way too,
Yeah.
and stick to it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
week 1, I can report
I feel
went
though,
well. Week
yeah,
1 went
that's
well.
good. I feel like this is like it's your typical New Year's resolution.
It is.
Like,
It very much is.
Like going to the gym, for
Yeah,
example.
it very much is.
Week 1,
Yep.
I went 3-4 times a week.
Yep.
Week 2,
Yep.
I went 2-3 times a week.
Exactly.
Week 3,
So
I
you know
went
when you start measuring
one
these
time,
things?
2 times a week.
You know when you start measuring these
By
things?
February, I'm out.
Nope, 3 weeks. You got to give any new plan 3 weeks.
Okay.
So
And
even
then
though
after
we had a wicked first week, you're right.
And then after the 3rd week,
After the 3rd week,
you think
and
you're set for
well,
the
no,
rest?
and for me, I would say it's got to go right till the next credit card statement.
Right.
I will be over the moon happy if the credit card is less than 400,
Right.
which is astronomically different than what it's been for the last probably 50 months,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
If it's under 400, it's going to tell me, A, I can do it, and B, what the hell have I been doing with my money for the last 5 years, right? If it's a little bit
Exactly.
over that, then it's going to be, well, 400 might have been unrealistic,
Right.
but if I can keep it under 800 or 1,000, then I'm still saving money,
Right.
believe it or
right,
not. I'm
right,
fortunate I make a bit more than that, so I'm good. And then does the truck get paid off in 3 years? Maybe not. Maybe 4 years, which is still good.
Yeah.
Or maybe I find I can start reinvesting, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
The problem is, well, like, we can't even invest with these markets. Like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough of that.
Well,
that's
you
the
know
plan.
what?
Let's see if it works.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Very happy that you
Mhm.
have done
Join
that.
the world of budgeting.
Exactly. Exactly. As
Yeah.
you can see, my budget is well in hand.
I love yours. But so the question to you then is
Yeah.
the same thing. What does it mean to you? How do you use that moving forward?
It
What
doesn't-
changes will you make?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You do all that and nothing's going to change.
Well, the budget, I mean, that is an expense breakdown.
Yeah.
That's not really the budget.
Yeah.
The budget's on another workbook,
Okay.
on the same, in the same workbook
Sure.
on another sheet. So I take that.
All that hard work, though, should drive change.
Well, yeah,
Positive change.
I took that,
Yeah.
right, and I put that into the other workbook
Yeah.
or the other sheet, and I increase it by, what's the inflation? Like 7-8%?
Why don't you just give all your credit cards to your wife? and let her do all the spending.
No, because she's the money doesn't matter. You knew that though.
I know.
Yeah, you're
But
setting me up for
it's
that
funny.
one.
I look back at all my kind of aunts and uncles and all that. Do you know
Yeah.
how common that was over time?
Budgeting,
Or just the
money doesn't matter.
no, the husband, the dad would
Yeah.
work all day in
Yeah.
construction,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
They're all gainfully employed. All my
Right.
uncles, like very very interesting that they all seemingly made great money and were never ever unemployed. Like we're
Right.
talking like 6 brothers, right?
Yeah. Wow.
But they would come
Yeah.
home on payday and hand the check to the wife, and the wife's job was running the household. Isn't that wild? Like that's
Yeah,
how
that
you
was-
don't have.
that's a
Is that not the history within?
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah,
sorta?
for sure. For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Well, yeah, I believe
Yeah.
that was the kind of the same thing with my parents, where
Yeah.
my mom would.
Your mom ran the household. Your mom did the shopping, the budgeting, probably everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to give that to my wife.
Well, that's
No
how
offense to
things
my
have-
wife.
But things have changed. Like the wives are not in the home. That is not their sole responsibility.
No, true,
anymore.
but still, like,
So I think
I
all
think
that-
she's changed her attitude. I know I shouldn't be
You
talking
gotta
about
be careful.
I do.
I hear
this.
footsteps.
Yeah, exactly. She have a little talk with me later. but
She doesn't listen to the show.
thankfully,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. But yeah, like I took that what we spent and then I put it into the main budget and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to increase this by 8%, whatever.
Yeah.
This is going to go up by 8%. This goes up by 8%. This goes up, and then you look.
But something's got to come down, man. Like,
That's
where
the
can you
problem.
trim it down?
That's the problem. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure that out still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to figure out where we can trim because you know what, $120 a month in dining out.
That's nothing. I
that's
think
not
you
too
almost need that. That is nothing.
and that actually includes like, let's say we go to PSC and we eat at the dining lounge and
You're
it's
counting that.
and it's not free, right? Sometimes when
Ah.
we go there, I have
Really?
to pay.
It's that detailed.
Yeah, like it's
Does that
stopping
include the 3 or 4 coffees over the course of a
Yep.
year that you'll buy for me?
at yes.
That goes in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus,
That's
pretty
in there.
specific.
The Tim Hortons on in Mattawa is in there.
Yeah, the Scotty's Diners
The
breakfast.
Scotty's
are in
Diners
there.
are in there. The little
Huh.
Subways or the one A&W purchase I made this past year.
The one time you went to the brew table and got something with us.
The brew table
and
is
no
in there.
beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The brew table is in there.
Wow. Okay.
That's the expense breakdown.
Yeah,
like
so
I said,
no,
I
I-
poured through the.
Your big
Every-
expenses might be more in the subscription kind of line or the Amazon line.
The big expense is really
Amazon.
well, that turned out to be yeah. Yeah, that I added
the
that
mystery
one in
line.
there. Yeah,
the
that's
mystery
the mystery
line.
line.
Not a lot of details.
No,
after
it's
that.
really food, right?
It
You're
is
looking
food.
at about $1,800 a month in food.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with between
And you do multiple, like you've got the good food, and then you also go grocery shopping. So
the good
that- I
food
think
was
that's
about,
tricky.
on average,
Yeah.
about 500,
Yeah.
and the other food and stuff was about 12.
Wow. 12. 2, 4. See, I think you're high, man. This is what we said yesterday. If we drop 250
Right now, I'm not high, but
no, compared to us, I mean,
no, I mean right at this moment.
yeah, sure. If we drop
It's too early in the
250 a
morning.
week at Costco,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's about 1,000 a month.
yeah.
And that's, like I said, 90% of our groceries. I do not go anywhere else for groceries anymore. That was a cost-saving hack I shared with you guys a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go grocery shopping, and guess what? You're not going to spend any money on groceries.
Yeah.
So the wife will go to like a Farm Boy or a Superstore to get a few random items for mainly lunches for the kids, right? And that's it. And that ain't going to cost too much, you know? So what? Let's just say $100. So we're maybe $1,100 a month on food then. And it's good food, like not your good food, but it's like we're very happy with the quality of like Costco food,
Yeah.
right? Today, I don't have my list with me, but today we've got the big protein purchases today. We're getting a big salmon, possibly ribs, and hamburger.
Okay.
So that might be
All right.
friggin' hamburger, man. That's
Oh,
like
it's
$30 that
expensive,
way
right?
for a
Yeah.
thing. But it's great hamburger,
Yeah.
and we'll get 3 or 4 different meals out of that. That's
Okay.
what makes it cheap.
Right.
Same thing with the salmon. Great salmon. We cheap out on the salmon, though. They've got so many varieties of salmon at Costco. You
I
ever
never
noticed that?
No.
You're not a salmon guy.
No, I like salmon, but I never looked at
They will
Costco.
have like the farm salmon. They will have wild salmon. They'll have West Coast, East Coast. And if you're not careful, like we're not picky, we're cheap. So we're still just buying probably the farmed salmon, a nice big fat fillet, but it's still going to be probably $27, $30. But they've got salmon there that's like $50.
Wow.
Like the wild stuff. Anyways.
Well, we've been on a Tony Gabriel.
Yeah.
On the budget.
Well, I knew we would talk a lot about budgeting. Do we have any time left to
what else is on your list
to
there?
complain about Coach Cameron? How long
We're
has it
at
been?
an hour.
Okay, well, let's just quickly touch on that, okay?
Yeah.
Coaching junior hockey.
Do we need to talk about that? I mean, how many Podbeanskis are really interested in that?
I need to get it off my chest.
Okay.
There's got to be a couple listeners out there that care.
Gotcha.
Hockey in Canada is a big deal. We love the World Juniors.
I
I know you're not a big fan for some bizarre reason,
I'm
but
not
most
huge.
Canadians look forward to that tradition of, world-class junior hockey over the holidays.
Yeah.
And whenever it's in Canada, it's a huge moneymaker for the
it was
IIHF.
right here in the capital.
Yeah, I caught a few games.
Yeah.
I caught a few non-Canada games because
Yeah.
I'm not paying a stupid amount of money just to see
Forget
it.
about it.
Those poor buggers that thought they'd make money too. There's a lot of that. People get in early. They buy all their packages thinking, I'm going to sell
I thought they were
these.
trying to curb that.
You
sort of
can't. You
behavior.
can't. Anything on ticket, at least it's official reselling.
Yeah.
So it's not really a scheme. It's just a lot of money. So yeah. So people were hoping to probably resell they'll buy their package for, let's say, $1,000 or whatever to get every game or whatever. And then they'll literally try to sell like the gold medal game if Canada gets in it for like $1,000 or whatever.
I know.
So they didn't. That didn't.
But if
happen.
Canada's not getting
Canada
it.
lost in the quarters, and all those games after that were
Yeah.
half empty in there. Anyways,
I know, right?
Team Canada traditionally should be a contender every year, in many people's opinions. This year's squad, for whatever reason, they left a lot of top players off the list. They didn't even pick.
I know.
They didn't even pick players that were leading their leagues in scoring, like the OHL, the Western League, the Quebec League.
So the Ottawa Sens defensive prospect,
he wasn't even touched.
Yakimchuk,
Ridiculous.
was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
so he was
leading
something people
in
said.
the Western Hockey League.
Doesn't. So we talk about politics and minor hockey. Like, you got to be kidding me. There's freaking politics at the highest level.
Well,
here.
I think what they did, and it's just to me, it's like what they say about drafting, sports drafting. Like you pick the best player available.
Unless, like, here's the only, and I'm not.
You're not
supporting this at all, but the devil's advocate would say the U.S. had the strongest team
they
ever
had something
in this
like
tournament.
10
returning players from a gold medal winner.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
So I'm okay with this strategy, right? You design a team to play that team.
I'm not okay.
I'm okay with that, okay? What I'm not okay with is then how that team was managed, okay? You need a coach in there with a friggin' brain that can make decisions to adapt, right? Yeah. So long story short, this team was brutally undisciplined and took penalties like you would not believe.
That is true.
I saw it in the pre-tournament. Yeah. I saw it in the round robin, and then we sadly saw it right into the quarterfinals. And at one point, Coach Cameron was interviewed, and it's like, hello.
Former Ottawa Senator coach.
Present 67's coach with Pinelli, the captain, who was also on this friggin' team.
Yeah.
Why are you not? Why is the coaching group not either disciplining, consequencing, call it what you want, adjusting, making changes to this team? Yeah. He's like, well, there's nothing we can do. It's such a short tournament. If I hear the word short tournament for a 1 month experience, he's with these guys, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
A short tournament is when you go to Whitby for the weekend and you play 4 games.
Yeah. I should describe your face. Can we take a picture?
So mad, man. Yeah.
And put that up next to the podcast this week?
You should. Short tournament. Oh, it's such a short tournament. And then it was like a good questioner would just rephrase it. And he's like, well, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do.
I know.
They know. No. You bench players.
Sit them. Yeah.
You don't
them
let them
accountable.
dress. Yeah, you actually can do things.
Yeah.
What you're basically telling us, Coach Cameron, is that
It's okay.
you are in a useless position. You are a figurehead.
Yeah.
You have no authority. You don't even make decisions.
Yeah.
So why? Why do we even have you?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
that's
he won't be
my
the coach going forward.
And I'm not the only one that's like, if you watch any of the prognosticators and the panelists and the people that actually know stuff, not like me, they're saying the same thing. That team potentially with like a John Tortorella, I know he's American, but imagine him coaching.
I don't
those
think it
boys.
matters what the coach.
I think it
nationality is.
truly
No,
of
coach
course not. Of
nationality,
course not.
yeah.
It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
But you get a coach in there like him with these guys from day one. They're gonna play that stupid undisciplined style for 2 games, and then it's going to be gone.
Mhm.
They are not going to play like that.
Mhm.
And do we have more of a chance? We have a fighting chance after that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like I said, I mean, to me, it was right from the get-go when
Yep.
they picked the team
Right from the get-go.
by leaving off
Great
great players
Yeah.
and picking more of, because they were thinking they were going to go against the Americans.
That's right.
So they wanted more role player type
Exactly.
players.
But they didn't have the right coach for that team.
Well, here's the thing. You pick the best players, and the
Yeah.
best players know and
I
can
agree.
adapt to
Sure.
playing a role
I
on the
agree
team.
with that, too.
It's happened all the time.
Of course.
Like in the Olympics when the NHL players
Yeah.
they pick the
But
best
knowing
players.
now what we know about Cameron's style is they just should have picked the best team for sure, because he wasn't doing
Yeah.
anything anyways. And then who knows, maybe that would have been better.
Like it was like back in the day when you,
Of course.
in like let's say 2010 when they won the gold medal,
Yeah.
you had friggin' Jerome McGinley playing like a fourth line.
Exactly.
Like Jerome McGinley
Yeah.
playing fourth line
Yeah. So that
on a Team Canada.
Yeah. And that
this is
shoulda-
exactly
It should have happened like that now. You're
you
right.
pick the best
Yeah.
player available.
Yeah.
Yakumchuk
Yeah.
should have been on that team.
100%.
Perek should have been on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not when when their best defenseman went down with a broken collarbone.
Yeah.
Did they call up Perek or Yakumchuk?
No.
No.
Super weird that I don't.
They
that-
called up some other
yeah,
dude.
That's how stubborn they were.
They
That's how
were
stupid
They were doubling down on their
They were
stupidity.
doubling down, and it was a miserable, catastrophic failure.
Yeah, they came out.
Yeah.
They came out.
So
and,
I'll just be crystal clear again. Is it the boys who we're all disappointed with? Not so much. Because that's
No,
sort of
because
lack
you know
of
they're-
discipline.
they're-
They're teenagers, for God's
they're
sakes.
teenagers.
The
You know,
adults,
they're still trying their best.
yeah,
out there.
the adults actually play a role.
Yeah, they
And when
did
you
in
hear
this.
Cameron say, "Oh, there's nothing we can do. It's such a short tournament," you got it. Like,
Well, there was some fallout afterwards
I think he's done.
from the from the coaching, the general managers, the higher ups involved. But like it's a lesson to them. Pick the best players available. I
and
think
the best coach.
we'll see if it happens again.
Maybe we need a full-time coach for that program, or maybe we just need, I don't know. I don't know what the criteria is when they hire coaches for these
I'm
things,
not really
but
sure.
is it random? Or was he picked because it's in Ottawa and he's the 67s coach? Like,
No, he's coached the world. He's coached the junior team before
I
in
guess,
the past.
eh?
Yeah, he has. Well, I mean,
anyways,
the thing about it too is like at least the Finns
I wouldn't pick him again. I used to I
took
liked
the
him.
Americans to
Yeah.
overtime in the gold medal game.
Yeah. Such a strange
showing.
tournament, eh? So the Finns, our one good game of the entire month was when we beat the Finns.
Mhm.
We beat the Finns. The
Yeah.
Finns beat the States. Like, that's how close everyone is, right?
Yeah, and then they almost beat them in the gold medal game as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
unfortunate.
I didn't. You know what? I was not one of these fans too that goes all crazy booing the States, hoping that I could care less. They're good. They're great kids too, and they deserve to win. And I was
absolutely.
never really
Yeah.
cheering against them.
No.
So I'm glad the best team won. I definitely would say the best team won. But yeah, the next year's tournament is in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Right.
So there's something
Should be
we
a good
could
tournament.
we could aim for right away. Right,
Yeah.
start now.
Well,
Make a
pick
plan.
the best frickin' players
Pick the
available.
best
man.
players. Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Pick the best players. That's a good starting point, I'd say.
If you got Jerome McGinley playing fourth line, you
Yep.
can ask some
Yeah.
superstar OHL or
They're all captains. All these guys, like, can
Junior
you
hockey
imagine
player,
a team
dude.
full of captains? Like,
Exactly.
that's the thing. Yeah.
That's it.
Anyhow, I'm good. That's it. Thanks for
We
letting me get
missed.
that out.
We missed your. I'm glad you got that
Yeah,
off your
no,
chest.
Yeah, we didn't.
You
get
look
to-
more relaxed now.
I feel so much better.
Yeah,
we don't ever
you
have
do.
to talk about that again. We skipped a few topics,
We
and that's
did.
fine.
Well, as usual, we leave
the
topics
best one
on the
was,
table.
which we can save, is
What?
how do you feel when people say, call me?
Oh my
that?
God! Just quickly on that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done talking.
All
Go.
right. All right.
No, you
You want to save it?
Well, how long?
You
is
actually
it?
want to save it?
We should save it.
You think? Because
No.
we won't. We'll forget.
We can save it.
Because
That's-
I've got somebody that does that all the time.
Good. That's
And it
pop-
is annoying. I'll have to say it is annoying. We're texting, and then it's call me.
That's Cop Car Coffee. Okay, who's that? Who calls you? Who's the person?
Should I cough that up? I don't know if I want to cough that up.
Well, we're done the show. Who's the
Yeah,
like?
but-
Who's calling? Who wants to call you?
One of my brother-in-laws.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Always wants to talk.
Yeah, like he'll text me. And
Yeah,
then,
you'll be and then call me.
yeah, call me.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what?
Good people, but
I don't
yeah,
like
it's,
that.
it's you don't have the time. Maybe you don't have the energy.
Well, the thing about texting.
Like this show.
Yeah.